Hello, this is Graham Gouldman of 10cc, and you're listening to Six Towns Radio. They don't like cricket, they love it.
Classic hits and today's biggest tunes. Six Towns Radio.
This is Six Towns Radio, and we're going over to the telephone right now because I've got Graham Gouldman from 10cc on the line. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm brilliant. We want to talk to you about your gig in November at Stoke. You're coming back to Stoke with 10cc as part of an extensive tour. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I love touring and looking forward to coming back to your area again.
Yeah, because you have come to Stoke a few times in different gigs and stuff like that.
Yes, we have.
Have you any fond memories of the area?
I have fond memories of the area from the early 60s. Where we used to, I'm talking pre-10cc because there was a club in Burslem, I think, that we used to play at. But there were other places in the Potteries that we used to play at, and we always had a good time there.
Yeah, well, we're based in Burslem, funnily enough. That's where we're calling from today. Quite a good link there. You're a Salford lad. You were in a band called the Cravats in the 60s. Whatever happened to the Cravats?
I don't know. They became undone for some reason. No, I was in a lot of bands during that period. I mean, the Cravats was one of them. There were the High Spots, the Whirlwinds. Oh, there were so many. But of course, they were all really important because they. I love playing, and the things you do in the past affect what you did in the future.
You worked at a clothes shop as well in the mid-60s whilst being in bands. Did you draw any experience from this retail job in your songwriting?
I don't think I ever used my experiences in an outfitter's shop in any of my songs, but I did write parts of songs. In fact, I wrote part of For Your Love in the outfitter's shop. So, I used to shut the shop up and get my, I had a guitar there. So the shop was kind of good to me. And the best thing that happened to me, of course, was that I got the sack. That enabled me to write songs full time. Well, it enabled me. I had no choice.
You had to just go with it.
Well, I decided not to have a career in men's outfitting, but by chance, I'd already met Harvey, who became my manager, and he said, "This is, an opportunity really for you to just spend all your time songwriting," which I did.
And it's a good job that happened, really. Else we wouldn't be talking to you today. Another one of the bands you were in, the Mockingbirds, did warm up for Top of the Pops. That's
right. Yes, I was in the Mockingbirds with Kevin Godley, and we did. When Top of the Pops first started, it started in Manchester at a converted church in Dickinson Road, and they used to have warm-up bands. I don't know why they had warm-up bands, but anyway, I'm glad they did because we were one of them. And we had one bizarre experience where we were the warm-up band, and then the Yardbirds came on and did For Your Love, which was a song I'd written.
Yeah, and sitting there in the wings watching your song must have been bizarre.
Yeah, it was great.
Do you think that Top of the Pops, because you've done it so many times in 10cc and Wax, etc., do you think it's something that's missing from the schedules now?
Oh, yeah, I do. I mean, I know there's so many. Of course, in those days, there was, how many places could you get your pop music from, whether it was on the radio or even, well, I suppose it was sort of, I don't know whether Radio 1 had started, but somehow, because it was not as accessible, or there weren't that many shows that had pop music on, like Ready, Steady, Go before Top of the Pops and Top of the Pops, they become something extremely special, or something that everybody watched and everybody discussed in school the next day if you went to school. And it was important, but now, of course, you've got access to everything, anything, at any time.
Yeah, it seems like what the TV schedules are doing now is once they've got, whether it's a children's programme or a music programme or a cooking programme, they put it on its own channel now, don't they?
Yeah. Well, that's great in one way, but in another way, it doesn't make it so special.
Yeah, and Top of the Pops, for myself growing up, it was something I looked forward to, and I think, if they brought it back, I think people would start embracing music more, on a weekly basis rather than just drifting in and out of it.
Yeah, I wish they would. I wish it was be on BBC where there'd be no commercials.
If you had to pick one song, which song are you the most proud of that you've written?
I can't answer that question because, there's so many 10cc songs that, they're so great. If you say one, it makes the others not look good. But, because I just think the whole output's really fantastic.
Just so many, we play so many on the radio. I know you always get asked about Dreadlock Holiday because, for so many reasons, it's a DJ's toilet song because it lasts so long.
A DJ's toilet song, I never heard it described as that before, but I shall remember that.
There's a few different things they say about Dreadlock Holiday, but one of the reasons I remember it now is because it was on the Mighty Boosh. Have you seen that clip?
Yes, I have.
What do you make of that?
I think it's great. Great, it's always sort of, and I love the Mighty Boosh, so it's quite a compliment.
What do you think of the music scene now, Graham? Is there any bands that you think you'd go watch or you really like?
I like Bombay Bicycle Club of the new batch. I like Coldplay, if you can call it. They're not really new, but I do like them. There's always something good on the radio. And although the music scene's changed quite a lot, I'm more of sort of song melody man rather than a productions, but, there are some great records, whatever they are, out there.
Yeah, do you think that there'll be a time when 10cc get back into the top 40?
No. The only way they'll get back in, we might well do get back in because we've got a box set called Tenology that's being released next, the end of October. So that's going to be a really fantastic thing, and I hope people will buy that and, sort of rediscover the recordings of 10cc. Because 10cc is a lot, what I mean is it's a lot more than just the hits,
I think it was about the albums for me.
Yeah.
Looking back. Standalone songs, obviously, people will remember them, but, I'm from a generation of listening to albums in their entirety.
That's great. That's great. That's what I like to do. And I've actually got a new album out myself called Love and Work, which is a new solo album that I hope people will listen to as well.
Is there anything else you're up to at the moment besides a 10cc tour, your own album?
Well, we're on a little bit of a break, and then we start again at the end of the month doing some gigs. And I'm just sort of having a little bit of time off. But I say time off, but I'm doing quite a lot of promotion on both on my album, the solo album, and the tour. So there's always things to do.
Well, that's brilliant, Graham. Thanks a lot for coming on Typhoon, mate. I know you're dead busy, but I look forward to the show in November at Hanley, and good luck with everything.
Thank you very much. Nice talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.